Council. So we take you to the committee rooms, and this is Pauline Mwanga to be with you in the afternoon. Good afternoon.
Council.
Good afternoon, Chair.
Good afternoon, boss.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Whited Mujika.
What?
Whited Mujika, the Procurement Officer, MAZABUKA Municipal Council.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, committee members. My name is Wilson Sakala, Director of Finance.
Thank you.
Chair, good afternoon. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee. My name is Benjamin Manda. I'm Director Engineering Services. Thank you.
Thank you. Next.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee and permanent witnesses. My name is Jilala Balo, Director Planning.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. My name is Keith Mlemwakalaluka, Chief Internal Auditor.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon, honorable members. My name is Chilombo Chizao, the Council Advocate.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. My name is Samuel Mpande, Chief Internal Auditor. Thank you.
Thank you. Behind there.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. My name is Dr. Shajanika Steven, Data Health Services.
Okay. We are done. Permanent witnesses.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of this committee. Good afternoon, MAZABUKA Municipal Council. My name is Sia Brenda Mdenda from Minister of Finance, Accountant General's Office. Thank you.
Next.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members. MAZABUKA Town Council, you're welcome. My name is Aubrey Kasono Chindef from Controller of Internal Audit. Thank you.
Next.
Chairperson, most graceful. Good afternoon to you and the honorable members of your committee. MAZABUKA Municipal Council, you're welcome to the session. I'm Kazinga Kennedy from Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development.
Accountant General's Office. Oh, Auditor General.
Yes. No, that's okay, Chair. Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee. Good afternoon, MAZABUKA Municipal Council. My name is Martin Uni, Assistant Director, Southern Province, Office of the Auditor General. I'm accompanied by two colleagues who introduce themselves. Thank you.
Thank you. Behind.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members of the committee. TC and your team, good afternoon. My name is Kerin Jinyamahama Jata, Principal Auditor, Southern Province.
Thank you, Chair. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Simon Mukaza Munyama. I'm from the Planning and Research Department, Office of the Auditor General.
Thank you. Secretariat.
Thank you, Chair, and good afternoon. Good afternoon, TC and your team. My name is Beverly Nzala from the Office of the Clerk of the National Assembly. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair. Good afternoon, honorable members and permanent witnesses. My name is Lichaha Wamunyima from the Office of the Clerk of the National Assembly. MAZABUKA Municipal Council, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon, honorable members. Good afternoon, our permanent witness, and good afternoon, MAZABUKA Municipal Council. You're welcome. Siwale Andrew is my name from the Office of the Clerk of the National Assembly. Thank you.
Honorable member for Dundumwezi.
Chair, thank you very much. Good afternoon, MAZABUKA Municipal Council. I'm Honorable Dr. Singombe, representing the people of Dundumwezi in Kalamu, Southern Province. Thank you.
Mangango.
Chair, thank you very much. Good afternoon to you. MAZABUKA, you are most welcome. Chair, our teacher at school used to say MAZABUKA, and not MAZABUKA. He was a teacher for Shitonga, so he used to say MAZABUKA. Ndali ku MAZABUKA bana bangu. I'm Mwene Ruhamba, Member of Parliament for Mangango. Thank you.
Honorable member for Kaumbwe.
Thank you, Chair, and MAZABUKA, welcome to
your Committee on Local Government Accounts. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Petoke District of the Eastern Province. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Member for Mitete.
Chair, grateful. Mazabuka. I'm your humble servant. I'm just from outside. So when I said humble servant, they just looked at me. But humble servant indeed. Just take it easy. Page to page, cool down. Explain. Thank you. Mutelo Mishek,
yes.
MP for Mitete.
Thank you, Honorable Mishek. I'm the other Mishek, but this time from Chasefu. I'm Honorable Mishek Nyambose, representing the good people of Chasefu constituency, and I'm privileged to chair your committee, council, town clerk, and the team. With the introductions done, I would like to make an appeal. Before we start, we'll go through your report. The appeal is that if you have any information, you have an addendum, any information, don't keep it yourselves, that you think that would be of use to us. Why we emphasize this, town clerk? Us, we don't stay in Mazabuka, we don't work in Mazabuka, and we rely on the information. Now, along in the course of our interaction, you start telling us things that we don't have, we are not privy to. It becomes a problem. So if you have any information, please pass it over through our secretariat, so that also as you are taking us through, we're able to see. If you don't have, we want to ask that you take us through your report, town clerk. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm requesting if I can make some corrections to my report.
That is okay.
Chair, allow me to take you to page number 7 on action taken.
Yes.
Yes, Chair, on the first sentence there, where we have figures, it says we have since paid the amount 1.187000. I wish to correct that to read 1.187670.
670.
Yes, Chair. 1.187670, Chair.
Okay.
And I have another correction on page 11, Chair.
Okay.
On the sentence under remedial measure, Chair, I am requesting if we can delete the words and motorbikes. And motorbikes, we delete that one.
Okay.
And then we add, we say the delivery of the remaining ambulance. Remaining is just one ambulance, so we add the word remaining there. Those are the only corrections, Chair.
Okay.
With your indulgence, I wish to present my report.
Thank you. You can go ahead.
Appendix 1, Budget and Funding. Management response. Cause of the query. The observation of the Auditor General are acknowledged, and we wish to state that the 30,635,642 was budgeted for during the year under review. However, funds totaling to 5.8 million 34,030 and 12,500,000 were received for Mazabuka Central and Magoe constituency, respectively. This was attributed to the delay by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development in releasing the funds in the year 2024, leaving a variance of 23,576,612 in Mazabuka Central and 16,910,642 under Magoe. Action taken on the matter. Management has received guidance from the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development stating that all full funds not disbursed in the period 2022 to 2025 will be funded in 2026. And there is the evidence of the circular in Appendix A. Remedial measures taken. Management will continue to engage the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development on timely release of funds. On Appendix 1.1, retained funds. Chair, management response, the cause of the query. The observations of the Auditor General are acknowledged, and we wish to state that the retained funds were as a result of funds that were deducted at the source for the procurement of ambulances and motorbikes, which were centrally managed by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Action on this matter. Management wishes to submit that the local authority received 1 ambulance for Magoe constituency and 2 motorbikes for Magoe and Mazabuka Central constituencies, and these have since been handed over to the respective beneficiaries. Further, the ministry was engaged on 13th January 2026 for the ambulance for Mazabuka Central. Management received communication on the status of the undelivered ambulance for Mazabuka Central. See Appendix B. Remedial measures taken. Management will endeavor to engage the ministry for the delivery of the ambulance. Appendix 2.1, total unspent funds on community projects. Cause of the query. The observation of the Auditor General are acknowledged, and we wish to state that the query regarding unspent funds was due to funds committed to ongoing community projects in the district during the period under review. Action taken on the matter. Management would like to submit that the funds have since been spent. Further, the status report on preliminary audit by the Office of the Auditor General confirmed that these funds have since been utilized on community projects. This was on the 6th of August 2025. See Appendix C, page 4 and page 23 of the Auditor General's status report. Remedial measures. Management will endeavor to spend the funds within the financial year. Appendix 2.2, total unspent funds on empowerment grants. Cause of the query. The observation of the Auditor General are acknowledged, and we wish to state that the unspent funds were as a result of delayed funding by the ministry. Action taken on the matter. Management wishes to submit that the funds amounting to 420,000 have since been disbursed. Management will endeavor to spend the funds within the financial year as a remedial measure. Appendix 2.3, total unspent funds on secondary and skills development bursaries. Management response. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and would like to submit that the unspent funds on secondary school boarding and skills development bursaries was as a result of the differences in academic calendars for returning students and also the need for fiscal verification to be conducted before making payments. Action taken on the matter. Management wishes to submit that the funds have since been disbursed to the secondary schools. See Appendix E. Remedial measures taken. Management will endeavor to spend the funds within the financial year. On page 6, Chair, I'll go straight to the second table, which we shall focus on under the management response. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and would like to submit that the unspent funds were as a result of lengthy processes in disbursement by the bank to the loan beneficiaries and accumulation of funds in the revolving account. Action taken on the matter. Management wishes to submit that the funds amounting to 2,087,670 have since been spent, and then 1,187,670 from MAZABUKA Central Revolving Fund and 900,000 from MAGOE Revolving Fund. Remedial measures. Management will endeavor to disperse funds to the loan beneficiaries who meet the loan qualifications once the funds are made available. On total unspent funds under the administrative cost. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and would like to submit that the unspent funds were as a result of funds meant for general administrative costs to support CDF implementation. Action taken on the matter. Management wishes to submit that the funds have since been spent. See Appendix G. Remedial measures taken. Management will endeavor to spend funds within the financial year. On page 9, Chair. So we are talking about the projects which are queried, which is Luwombo Secondary School 1/3 Science Laboratory. Cause of the query. The observation of the Auditor General are acknowledged, and we wish to state that the query on delayed implementation was as a result of slow execution of the works by the contractor. Action taken. The contract was terminated and it was retendered. See Appendix HI. MAGOE on the 25 projects. Staff house, 22 bohos, staff house at Itebe, staff house at Mabanga, and a clinic at Nachinchombe, total 25. The observation of the Auditor General are acknowledged, and we wish to state that the query on delayed implementation of these projects was as a result of slow execution of the works by the contractors. Action taken. All the projects have since been completed. See Appendix JK. Outstanding projects under MAZABUKA Central, ambulance and motorbike. The observations of the Auditor General are acknowledged, and we wish to state that the query on the retained funds, Chair, this is the one I read already, on the retained funds was as a result of the funds that were deducted at the source for the procurement of ambulances and motorbikes.
You can skip that.
Okay, Chair. Page 11. Annual performance, analysis of the performance of desks, management response, cause of the query. For this one, we'll use the next table, which is on page 12. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and would like to submit the following.
Proceed.
Management acknowledges the observations made by the Auditor General and would like to submit that from the budget of 3 million kwacha for both constituencies, savings of 9,982 and 20,150 were made for Mazabuka Central and Magoe constituencies respectively. This is in the performance of desks. Remedial measures taken. Management will endeavor to spend within the budget lines. Appendix 6 on youth and women empowerment performance analysis. Cause of the query. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and would like to submit that the query on unspent funds was caused by delayed funding by the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, and also not having sufficient funds to pay all the applicants. Action taken on the matter. Management acknowledges the observations made by the auditors and would like to submit that the funds have since been spent. Additionally, 173 and 268 groups applied for Mazabuka Central and Magoe constituency respectively, but only 113 and 117 were approved and funded respectively in the two constituencies due to limited budgetary allocation. There were 108 and 109 beneficiaries brought forward from 2023 and they were paid in 2024 for Mazabuka Central and Magoe constituencies respectively, bringing the total approved beneficiaries to 221 and 226 for Mazabuka Central and Magoe respectively, Chair. The performance on bursaries, Chair, this I think I dealt with it on 2.3. It's the related
Skip
issue.
it.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I wish to submit. This is the end of my report.
Thank you very much, Town Clerk. Honorable members, it's time to interact with the Mazabuka Council. Honorable Mtelo.
Chair, just to start as the CS is page 9 on the laboratory in Mazabuka. The first things I want to hear from the CS,
the town clerk,
and just to seek some clarifications. They approved this amount is 1,633,734. But the appendix on page, is it 1, and then where we have 2, the introduction there.
Which appendix we are not able to follow?
HI,
yes.
Appendix HI. Then page 1 and 2, where it says introductions. I just want to be helped, and at the end, want to know whether it is still being retendered. I've gone all the way up to the termination. This project was terminated on 31st July 2025. But first on that one, Town Clerk, are you there? Yes. Who would walk us through that contract?
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. I'll ask the Director, Engineering, and I think Procurement also can pick it up when how to talk us through the whole process leading to the retendering. Yes, sir. Director, Engineering.
Thank you so much, Chair. Thank you for this opportunity to just walk through the project that is laboratory 1x3 laboratory at Luombo. Chair, as you can see on the appendix which we've attached, we've tried to explain from the inception when it was approved to when we actually did the retendering. So the contractor took site. There's a report on appendix. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
For the benefit of those who are not, let me make a clarification to both members and the council. The people are following us out there. Can you, when you are guiding, read Appendix HI? This is what you are asking. Then they will be, so that people are able to follow us. So, Director Engineering.
Thank you, Chair, for that indulgence. So, Appendix HI, we have A is approval of the project by the POGO when the project was approved. Then we've also attached a summary report. And then we have attached a contract for Luombo to show when we signed the contract. Yes.
Go to the contract.
Supposed to be C. On the summary report? Okay, on the summary report. Yes,
It says B, Mazabuka Municipal Council, Department of Engineering, summary report on the completion of 1x3 laboratory at Luombo Secondary. Are you there? Now walk us through that report.
Name of the contractor?
The name of the contractor is Massnet Contractors Limited. The contract amount is 1633,574.25. Contract start date 14th August. Sorry, 2024.
Read what is there.
Okay, so Chair, here it's saying 14th August. Yes, okay. Contract end date 13th December 2024. End date.
Contract and date.
And end.
Okay, yes.
Final revised completion date is 26th May 2024. Then the contract termination date is 26th May 2024. Financial progress at the yes. Yeah.
Before the contractor starts, you terminate.
Chair, the report unfortunately is the years are 2024, but if you see the attachments, actually the actual attachment, the contract itself and all the communications, you'll see that they're 2025. So Chair, I wish to apologize on that.
Director Engineering.
Yes.
Just on this page.
Yes.
This document is from where? Is it not from MAZABUKA?
It is, Chair.
The honorable member is asking you to read and explain what you have written there. And this report, who is Webster Amalira?
Chair is our quantity surveyor.
Quantity surveyor. That's the one who prepared the report?
Yes, Chair.
And this was accepted by all of you on behalf of the council. Town clerk.
Chair,
How do you terminate?
It's a mistake. It's a mistake which needs to be corrected.
What is the mistake?
The year. It's supposed to be 2025, 26th May 2025, and
How
not
do we know? We told you. Do you have anything that you feel can explain here?
Chair, I didn't see it as well. I didn't see the era of the year 2024. It's supposed to be 2025. Apologies, Chair. It eluded me as well.
So this is where, you know, you give an impression that you are doing something wrong. We're not supposed to believe you, just your verbal explanation. You can tell what you do, councillors. The public is watching you. You produce these documents. You see them, you bind them, you submit them, and you have no problems until you are guided by this committee. August 2020, we asked him. 2021, even he said 2024, when the honorable member asked the start day. He came to the next item, next line. End date, you even mentioned 2024. You didn't realize that it's supposed to be 2025. And you terminate in May before August 2025. Now, assuming we change the year, we put August 2025. That is the start date. Again, termination May 2025. Assuming we change the year according to your wishes. How do you terminate before the contract is executed?
Chair, I wish to apologize for the error. It is a typo and we did not check it. Otherwise, if you go down to the further details, Chair, you will see the date of the letter. That was the completion of, talking about the contract. It is dated May 2025.
The contract.
Chair, the contract, sorry.
Take us to the contract and the letters of termination. Take it easy.
No, show me the one in May. It's the one I want. The letter. So the date in 14th August is 2024 and December.
But for the revised and end date is 2025.
So, Chair, the very first page which the engineer was attempting to read, that is where we have the error, where we should have put contract termination date 2025. The officer who was preparing, the one with the dot, I with the dot. Where is it? So I'll ask the engineer to take us to there.
No, we want just to be there also. Under C.
Yes, Chair, under C.
This is the contract.
Yes, Chair.
I read this as a status report. Maybe inside there. Where is the actual contract?
So it's looking something like this. This is the one.
An extract. Under C.
Recording in progress.
When was it terminated?
Yes, Chair. July 2025, that's when it was terminated.
This contract was supposed to run for how many months?
About 4 months, Chair.
From August 2024 to July 2025, how many months?
Close to 8 months, Chair.
July, August, September, October, November, December, 4. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. Is it 8 months?
So, Chair, the contractor had...
How many months first? To be clear, we want to be specific.
That's about almost...
Okay, I get you. Now.
Almost 11 months.
Yes. 8 months from the expected date of completion. It was supposed to run from August, September, October, November, December.
Yes,
so
December, sir.
7 months from the expected date of completion. Well, how do you explain that?
So there was a request for extension.
Can we see it?
Yes, sir. It's there.
It's there? Okay. Okay.
The substantive one. Where are we with this project?
So the project has since been retendered. I'll ask the procurement officer to speak to that.
Procurement officer?
Thank you, Chair. We had the procurement committee meeting. That was last week. We sent the offer letters, just waiting for the acceptance letters so that we can prepare the contract. As soon as we get back to the office, we'll prepare the contracts for renewal.
Because you are coming to this committee?
Not necessarily coming to this committee.
I'll demonstrate this position just as we go towards the end. You knew you were coming. That's when you did those procurement. Because if you talk about July, when it was terminated, 2025 to date, that's when you have done the retendering of the same contract. You don't see any pressure from the people who were told that you have a science laboratory. For you as an officer, procurement officer, that's fine. This is the attitude. Dr. Mwanza.
Thank you, Chair. On the same one, we want to seek clarification. Is this science laboratory completion or new construction?
Town clerk, first start with that one.
Thank you very much. I'll ask my director, engineering, to respond, and also maybe to explain the circumstances around this project that has led us to where we are and why we were just offering now. Thank you, Chair, because you will appreciate that all the other projects, they are done. But this particular one didn't, it gave us some bit of challenges.
We want to hear that.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much, Chair. So, this project, first of all, is a completion. It's a completion. However, when you check the BOQ, you have quantities on the substructure. Why? Because the community had already started a bit of excavations before CDF, before we started the construction of the same. So we had to remeasure and actually take some of the quantities from the substructure. Yes, that's why it's termed as completion. Then, Chair, this contract also, we had challenges, of course. Before December, the contractor was already at 50%. If you check the communications which we've attached, we are trying to push the contractor to complete the project. We tried our best because we believed if he had done about 50%, then he would finish. However, down the line, when the contract was terminated, we had to go back and revise.
Before termination,
yes.
Why was the contractor not finishing it? Continue.
Yes, Chair, we've attached the letters. Some of the reasons that were there was that one of the reasons that he gave from the beginning was the issue of face the weather. That was the period, December to, he requested for extension, and also halting of works. Then later on, there was an issue where the contractor had mentioned that he had financial challenges, of course, but there was some progress on site. Then later on, Chair, the excuses started coming from the price of the laboratory sinks. So that excuse came in, and those letters were attached. We've attached until we saw that the contractor was no longer on site. We tried to have dialogue. We tried all that we could, but we saw that we could no longer go further. So the contract was terminated at about is it 77% according to the report. Mm-hmm. And that's what made us actually terminate the contract, sorry, Chair. And then from the termination now, you see that the procurement is happening in 2026. The reason being, after termination, of which we are trying actually to avoid, is that some of the rates or some of the prices had gone up, especially for the sinks when we did the market price index. So we had to reevaluate the BOQ of the remaining works, and we saw that the laboratory sinks actually themselves were costing a lot more than it was in 2024. And that prompted us to go to the CDFC committee with minutes attached and everything, where CDF, because of that year, 2025, having committed the funds to the projects, we had no extra funds to fund the project until CDF made a decision that it be funded in the year 2026. And that's why you've seen that the procurement also started after this year began. Thank you, Chair.
Dr. Mwanza?
The cost of this project is going to be doubled. The contract that was signed with the MASNet was 1,135,000.
Just a minute,
1,135,000.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 1,633,574.25. The contract was terminated. Right now, the engineer is just talking about the progress at termination, but we don't even have a picture here of this 1x3 science laboratory. It was terminated after spending 1,135,489.25, which translates
for how much?
135,489.25. This is the money that was spent to the contractor at the time of termination, leaving a balance on the contract of 498 and 85 kwacha, 34 ngwe. This now it was retendered. First of all, it was cancelled. It was terminated on 31st July. After termination, CDFC was just convened around November to seek for additional funds. And as usual, they never explained to the CDFC the reasons as to why they are looking for extra funding up to 600,000 kwacha. The minutes are on Appendix HI, where they are saying the Director of Engineering Services reported that a contract for the completion of Lubombo, after evaluating the remaining work, an additional 600,000 was required to complete the works. Then it was seconded, the proposal by the Councillor Chiawa, and they just said, okay. Yeah, because the leaders have spoken that they need 600,000 without explaining the reasons as to to explain, to say a sink, for example, a sink, in fact, here they're talking about the remaining work. The remaining work. So the remaining work, which should have been funded from the balance, because these works were already incorporated in the main contract. So the balance was 498, but they went to ask for 600,000 kwacha additional fund without explaining to the CDFC to take them through for
what works were
what
to be
works.
Done. Engineer, you're following. Town clerk, you're following.
It was approved. It was approved, just the meeting approved, and then they they followed the procedure PLGO for 2026, and it has been funded. Now, they have advertised. They advertised in February, in January actually, on EGP, and the estimated cost that is there now, which they are evaluating, is going to cost 1,098,085 kwacha.
1 million
is 1,098,085. So they are expected to award the second completion, because the first contractor, Masnet, it was a completion. Now this other contractor,
another completion.
So
of 1,098,085.
Exactly. So the award will be measured in terms of budgeting, whatever the contractors have tendered for. When they are talking about financial evaluation, they will look at to measure it with 1,098,085 kwacha. The money which as per the reserve is also above, because 498.
Is it above? Is it 25% additional works?
No, because
supposed to be what percentage?
498. That was the balance on the contract. Then they're getting 600,000 from 2026. So if you say 498,
it's come to 1,098,085.
Is that so?
Yeah, I've done that. Now the question is, Director.
So now the total cost of this project, because looking at what is in their estimated budget, like confidential cost estimates, above 1 million kwacha, and yet they already spent 1.13 million. So the total cost estimate is about 2.3 million kwacha on this one by 3 Science Laboratory, which I know this time that they are procuring, they will conclude maybe procurement. They might conclude in April or May. And then the contract period might be another 6 months, because of 1 million kwacha above, you cannot finish the job in 2 weeks, in 2 months or 1 month.
Town clerk.
So you can now just check.
Additional short one.
Short is number one. Thank you, Chair, for the indulgence. You did well to say, go on page this, there's a correction. Go on page this. That should have happened on what you are now saying. It eluded me. First from your office, then the CS's office. Could we just do that to tell you?
Speak up.
Second, you have been economical with the truth on this. You are saying the community did a
standard substructure,
a box of some kind. You've not shown your committee that box. You've not. You've said the project has gone up to 77. We are blank. We are just.
Where
reading.
is the picture?
Now you are retendering. If you inherited this, then this project, Chair, is not a 2024 project. It could have been 2023, 2022. To date, we are still not done with it. Iconaman. How are you feeling? No wonder you've said some projects are done. Yes, we are happy with what is done. We are not happy with what is not done. Finish. Let this project finish.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member, our humble servant. This is not council. We want reasons. As Dr. Mwanza said, what's so special of a science laboratory which has 4 walls, 1x3, just like any other 1x3. Now this one comes with the science equipment, sinks. Can the sinks cost more than 1 million? Total expenditure on this project is 2,200,000 and yes. Yes. How do you justify that, Director Engineering?
Chair, thank you very much. Honorable Mtelo, I do acknowledge the error on not having made the correction. I said it had eluded me. Had I seen it, I would have guided the committee to correct it in future. I'll also look very closely. I didn't see it. Then the project, we are committed to have it finishing. Some of the glitches we met was that by the time we were going back for the funding, the CDFC had already apportioned funds to other projects and hence pushing it to be allocated under 2026. It is our utmost desire that these projects are completed and handed over to the community for the intended use. And we regret that, and we are working hard to ensure that we get the contractor, a contractor who will do the work expeditiously. Delays in between execution, this is what happens. Eventually, you will find that the prices on the markets, they go up. And sometimes you find the contractor has really, he has drawn and used the money. By the time you are moving him off of the project and you are bringing in another one, there is waste in between. That is why we try to work hard to ensure that we monitor these contractors very closely. We regret this one having happened the way it has. I'll ask engineer to just explain. Thank you.
Before engineer comes in, Town Clerk, switch off your mic. It's off. From the first query, you regret. You didn't know the typo, the dates and everything. This one, you regret. How do you feel as a town clerk? Are you in charge? Are you the right person for Mazabuka? You are the town clerk. The buck stops at you. This is a report that you go through as a team. And when you are going through the report, you go religiously, step by step, project by project. What happened? You go on site. Appreciate what is there. Is it 77%? Let's reflect it. Get a picture of it. This is not the first time that you are appearing before such a committee. This is not the first time. Where is the picture of this laboratory? How do we appreciate just where it's saying 77%? And how do you justify, town clerk? The president has been talking. A science laboratory in other councils, check. It can cost 2.2 million. You went to the CDF committee to ask for 600,000 kwacha. For what? What are the items? How do you cost them? Where is the BOQ? That of 600,000 kwacha. You just go to an innocent CDF committee who wants 600,000. Because they want that project to be done, they just allow you. You should have been technical. The works outstanding on this project that you want to finance, have you shown us? That you know. You spent 1.1 million on the superstructure, which you have not seen. Now you want to spend another 1 million, almost 1.1 million for sinks, just to buy sinks. Which special sinks? Which other councils are not doing? You as a council, town clerk, I will let you know. I just wanted to show you, to demonstrate to you. Town clerk, as our interaction is professional. We have no issues against you. These are the reports that makes us speak the way we speak. We are patriotic Zambians. If you are doing a wrong thing, we don't mind who you are. Do the correct thing. That's why you are put in those positions. This is not good. The procurement. As we conclude, Dr. Mwanza, I'm winding up. Let me say something. This is outside. We are patriotic Zambians and society is watching us. When the procurement officer was saying, no, this is the only one we have not done, the public is watching. And I just want to show you, you confirm yes or no. Munenga High School Dining Hall has not been completed since 2023. Do you have Munenga in Mazabuka? Town clerk?
Yes, Chair, we have Munenga.
Is it completed?
Not yet.
Where we are sitting, be careful. You see our tone? The public, this is not a public relations appearance where you just want to do a report and say we want to submit. The people of Mazabuka, Magoe are watching. Whatever you are submitting, they're able to say that those people are not telling you the truth. 2023 project, Munenga High School, a hall, has not been completed. Do you have reasons? We shall come to that. It is not part of this. The roads under presidential directives have not been completed since 2025. There were roads under presidential directive. Correct? Yes or no? Town clerk?
Correct, Chair.
Are they completed?
Chair, we had gone up to above 9.
Are they completed? My question, I'm very careful.
We had withdrawn because of the rains, Chair.
They are not completed.
Over 90%.
They are completed or they are not completed?
Not yet.
That's what I wanted. Just that. Don't labor. Society does not sleep. These are not public relations. Be careful when you're occupying these positions. People are watching you. So for here you come and say, no, this is just by the way, that laboratory, it is questionable. What is the challenge for the water to be put in Kalea since the money was reserved in 2025? You are supposed to put up water in Kalea. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Chair, I'll ask my engineer to respond.
Engineer, yes or no?
Chair.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Have you done that?
Not yet, Chair.
Thank you. I just wanted to show you that. Lastly, Boho in TSA has not been equipped since 2025. There is a place called TSA?
I'm not aware of that place, Chair.
There is a Boho somewhere.
No, Chair. According to my knowledge, the projects for 2025, for the projects for 2025, that is not part of the. Then I'm not aware of the.
TSA is not in there. We shall give you more information. As long as you have agreed all these omissions, we just wanted to show you. So when you are appearing, when you look at that laboratory that you have failed to complete and you are overpricing it, overpricing a laboratory to that extent, just know you're doing wrong things. So we just wanted to demonstrate to you, when you are reporting for work in the morning, there are people you have gone to save. And they are very expectant, especially with the enhanced CDF. Our project has been approved. It is coming soon. They have been crying for this. They have seen a president who has given them money. This will be done. Who is supposed to execute it? Council officers, yourselves. And you report for work. The moment you blink or you forget your importance and your roles, you take your time. From 2020, you are now procuring this project. It will take 3-4 months for that laboratory. People are watching. They're getting frustrated. Who is doing that? Yourselves as officers. So, if you forget why you are in those positions, this is what happens. So, Town Clerk, we are not just being unfair to you. We are writing. Those who are doing very well, we have information on the ground. They're saying that, find out for us. These are the queries. This is just coming from your report. So we want to demonstrate to you. Homework. There was one council. I'm not supposed to send it to mention it. I will switch off deliberately. Kindly, each one of you, play your role. So I'm concluding with those remarks that society does not sleep. Be careful what you do. Go and ensure that laboratory is done. The said science laboratory has no lab equipment. True or false?
Chair, the project was for the construction.
True or false?
No lab equipment, Chair.
So when you are telling us the sinks, what did you mean?
Chair, the sinks are part of the project.
So no equipment, just the sinks. It should cost 2.6 million, 2.3 million.
Chair, could I seek your indulgence just to quickly, just for a few minutes to just walk through what we've attached?
Go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, thank you for your grace. To begin with, on the appendix, the minutes that the doc read, we are having, we've mentioned that after evaluating, like I explained, when the contract is terminated, you evaluate because of the market price. And Chair, we've tried to demonstrate with some copies. I read you to appendix C.
C of HI or C as C?
Yes, Chair. C of HI, thank you.
No, you're misleading us. You're opening, yeah. Which one is C here? I'm on HI. What is that document?
Chair,
Tender document.
No, there are some parts of the copies of the BOQ.
Yes.
Chair, on C, just after the first page, which is talking about the proposed construction of MAZABUKA, of a standard 1x3 science laboratory block in MAZABUKA. The second page.
Page 2 of 24?
Page 2 of 16. It's saying page 2 of 16.
Oh, yes.
The last table, Chair, we're having that supply and fix approved sinks, number 40. That's what it's reading, number 40. Then a page before, which is part of B, there is another attached BOQ.
Which one? Which page?
Under B, which is just behind before the pages were on. B.
This one is the first page.
The B starts with the report. The B starts with the report.
Okay, read. What is there?
On 2 of 24, there is what is written there on top. It's a provisional sums. If you read what is there and the price there, it's showing that there was a provisional sum to fix and put these sinks, the plumbing fittings of which the sinks were part of. And so in the initial BOQ, there was a provisional sum to do all these works. However, after evaluating the cost after termination, C, the attachment that we attached, we separated the lab sinks because of the prices which had escalated. So that is also that, Chair. And then
on this BOQ, the provisional sums of 250, you have put a figure. For the 40 sinks, there is no figure. Is it on the other page? On the next page?
Yes, Chair. The 40 sinks is 2 of 16.
Yes, but the amount, I'm not seeing any amount. Amount is on page what?
Chair, there is no amount. Both the BOQs have no amount. The last BOQ has no amount. The first one has, because it was a provisional sum to do all the work within 250,000.
So what was the engineer's estimate for the same 46?
For the 46, Chair, it was one sink was about 9,000, so it was up around 360,000.
Was this structure roofed, as we expressed our concern? This structure we're talking about is imaginary.
It was roofed, Chair.
To us, it's just imaginary. How do we? Because you are the same people who can say this, the next you say no. We sincerely apologize. Dr. Mwanza.
Now that you're opening the Pandora box to on page 2 of your appendix of the contract, the BOQ for MassNet, because you're trying to justify, to explain why you got additional funding, the 600, and you're trying to push to justify. So if you look at the summary of the BOQ, which is page 2 of 25, there's a substructure works, 378,580. And we were told that the community did some work.
They just
and
adjusted.
them, they occupied the site and they removed the works which the community did. So
let's give them chance to caucus.
This 378,580 paid to MassNet contractor for the substructure work. What was it for? When the community already did. But in this case, of course, the substructure work is just involving the foundations. Yes, the foundations were already done by the community. So when the contractor occupied that, the contractor just did the leveling works, and then started doing the substructure standard works that is just involving the block work. And the amount was 378,508.
Almost 400,000.
400,000. Then the following page, they're saying the name of the firm. Name of the firm is Chandra Chola. How is this firm related to this contract?
MassNet.
On your BOQ. your BOQ on the next page. Then the address is Masnet Contractors Limited. Date is a plot D4 East Villa, Mazabuka. The date is now just a description of. How is this Chandra Chola? Is it the name of the architect or the contractor? Anyway, so now coming to the total funding budget that you have reserved, you have put a BOQ quite all right, which is the next one, standard bill of quantity for proposed construction of a standard 1x3 classroom block. Actually, it should read proposed completion at Lubombo. Now, you have put the items, which the 1 million and 44,000, which I saw this amount, the budgeted amount from the EGP that they have advertised. So, Chair, the items which this 1 million is supposed to fund, the BOQ has only 2 items.
What
which is just supply and fix lab approved sinks. They are going to supply 40 of them, which the engineer hinted to say the price is about 9,000 kwacha. And this sink is not a laboratory, is not an
equipment.
It's not a special, it's not a lab equipment.
It's not a special sink. Like.
It's not a special sink that has maybe oxygen. There you have oxygen for science lab. No, it's just like any other sink that is in a, and you are supplying 40 of them. How? So
each classroom will take.
And this lab, is it a physics lab or biology, chemistry, and so on? And it's a science lab, yeah, but there are different sciences. So each science comes up with its own equipment. And would love that
40 divided by 3.
Would have loved that you also you order the laboratory equipment, because once you complete this structure, then it will not be useful until they have to go to the CDFC in 2027 to get lab equipment. So probably you need to engage education so that your planning for the building is in tandem with the supply of lab equipment. Well, that is.
Can you confirm that the additional funds are just for one item in your BOQ? Major 40 sinks.
Chair, a 1x3 has a total of 66 sinks, because you put them they are on the tables, yes. So there are 66 sinks altogether.
So why are you buying 40?
So the 30 were part of the 30 were delivered, but the 40 is what was remaining.
Do we see any evidence of the delivery?
The 30 were delivered by the previous contractor.
Before the project could be completed?
Yes, Chair, because we are allowed to, when we are terminating, we are supposed to count even materials on site. So when the contract was terminating, that was part of the materials on site.
Where is the financials to explain? There's nothing to explain. At termination, what items were there, valued at how much? Would you show us?
Chair, apologies that we attached a summarized report just to show how far we were coming and how far we've gone. Chair, we take note of that advice and we'll do better.
Not advice. We should prepare when we're coming to this committee. This is just not an ordinary committee. Our doctor here, let me explain, town clerk, ease yourself. Can you let me wait for you? Speak. You've always been talking. When we are giving questions, you are fidgeting around. What is it that you want to share, town clerk? No, let us allow town clerk. Town clerk, Dr. Mwanza, let me control this meeting. Town clerk, you have always been wanting to talk. The director is talking, you are busy disturbing him. You are better off to explain. What is it that you can answer? You are the responsible officer.
Thank you very much, Chair. Apologies for disturbing. I was just trying to remind him about the other items that are in the BOQ, which I think he didn't read because the Honorable was saying there was only one item. You said major, I missed the word major. So I was telling him that there are these other items here, why don't you also mention them? And also about the other things that were already delivered, because the 1x3 laboratory, each room has got its own number of things. And so that is what I
know that. What's the number?
So I was reminding him about that so that he could mention it.
Because he mentioned they were not paying attention. He's speaking from a technical point of view. You are busy disturbing. He mentioned each room will come with 66. Is it total 66? Total. Each room will have how many?
About 22.
22 things. So you should have been following. Your colleagues are following. You are busy disturbing. You have a person who can help you. From the attitude, you can tell there's something fishy. Things are not going very well. Your fellow, when they come, your colleagues, when they come here, that's easy. They give a chance to technical class to help them. They are presenting, you correct them, you are the responsible person, you come in. But when you refer to your technical person, you are again busy disturbing. You don't do that. You can tell from the body language, you are able to tell that there's something wrong. And for this reason, I would like to appeal to the auditors. Go and do a forensic on this one. Go and dig. You want financials to be done. Everything. Before we wind up, we want a report on this particular project. Who is this contractor? Who did this? Is the cost the real cost? What works were done? We want even pictures. We have interest. The people of that particular area were denied. I just hinted to you some of the things that you are not doing, and you have agreed. You have agreed. These things are not done. So you can tell that things are not happening very well. And it's not just by jealous, no. You are not doing the correct thing. I've just hinted to you, Munenga High School dining hall, not completed since 2023. This is 2026. 3 years. Why are you not allocating resources to that? Why are you not doing the presidential directive? Why didn't you complete the roads? When the president says, I want these roads to be done, he's telling the people of Mazabuka, they're saying, the president has directed. We can start frustrating the president. That will not be allowed by this committee. We shall expose you. We want people who are serious. Commit yourselves to duty. We have nothing personal. We are patriots acting on behalf of Madam Speaker to ensure that this enhanced CDF benefit the people of Zambia in all the constituencies. We just had one constituency here, Lunda's cross-cutting issues. They're done. Even here, you have cross-cutting issues, but the detail. So go and clean up. But auditors, sir, help this committee so that we can expose those wrong things, so that it doesn't repeat itself in any project. We don't want that. With that said, Town Clerk and your team would like to say thank you very much for your appearance. The immunity is withdrawn. As you go back, wish you well. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Chair.
You're welcome.
Good afternoon. You are watching Parliament Television, and that was the Committee on Local Government Accounts were interacting with Mazabuka Municipal Council as they were examining the report of the Auditor General on the utilization of constituency development funds for the year ended 31st December 2024. And the committee has examined the report of the Auditor General on the utilization of CDF in Mazabuka and the Magoye constituencies for for the financial year ended 31st December 2024, and the audit findings reveal weaknesses in the utilization of CDF in the two constituencies, which include some of them underfunding of the approved budgets, which has affected the implementation of community projects, a delayed implementation of infrastructure projects, which includes laboratories, staff houses, as well as boreholes, and also over expenditure across some CDF components, indicating weak financial discipline. Others include weak monitoring of loan beneficiaries, as well as weak monitoring of bursary beneficiaries. And in view of the weaknesses that have been highlighted in the report, the committee has recommended that MAZABUKA Municipal Council strengthens its financial planning system and also improve project supervision, as well as enhance monitoring of empowerment projects, and also strengthen the loan recovery mechanisms and improve budget administration. The committee has also recommended that as a remedial measure, the council must strengthen its governance systems and also improve financial discipline to ensure effective utilization of CDF in MAZABUKA and Magoye constituencies. So that is the outcome of that interaction between the Committee on Local Government Accounts and the MAZABUKA Municipal Council. So the councils will continue interacting with the committee, and expected next is the Mambwe Council, which will be interacting with the committee shortly and will bring to you live proceedings of this interactive meeting. So for now, we take a short break.
Mother Nature painted the sky for us this dawning. She took some crimson reds and melts them into oranges. She hides the moon behind the curtain, safe out of sight. Then she'll open them up to prepare for the night. As she breathes and she blows, trees they stretch their arms